Now from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News Sunday morning.
Breaking overnight in University City, police have identified the man shot and killed at a local hotel, the evidence they still need. Plus, 2 boaters missing on Lake Norman, a search for 12 hours. The steps officials could take today. But first, it's going to be another hot and sunny day in the Charlotte area. It looks beautiful, though, from this live picture of uptown this morning. We are tracking a chance for some pop-up showers this week as the heat sticks around. Good Sunday morning. I'm Blaine Tallison.
And I'm meteorologist Jacqueline Shearer.
July 1st, and the heat with us. The pools are packed, and for good reason. I think it's going to be like that again today.
Hot and humid. We can't be too mad. It is the start of July, but it's still pretty uncomfortable, and we don't get much relief in the forecast anytime soon. So that's something to look forward to, I guess. Some shower chances this afternoon, though, might cool us down a little bit. Here's a look at temperatures right now. 73 degrees in Charlotte, 70 in Shelby, 70 in Morganton as well. So a warm start to what will be a hot day. 91 degrees in Charlotte, the same forecasted high as what we hit yesterday, 91 degrees. That average high about 89, so we'll be a little bit above that, and that sticks around for a while. We'll take a look at some of those rain chances. I'm tracking some new models coming up in just a few minutes.
Make sure you download the WSOC TV weather app so you're prepared for any of those pop-up showers this week, and it is free in the Apple and Google Play stores. Back to our breaking news in University City. Overnight, police identified the man shot and killed inside a hotel. Officers responded to an assault with a deadly weapon call last night at the Extended Stay America. It's on East McCullough Road Drive, that is. Inside one of the rooms, they found Churchill Zoker shot. They took him to the hospital where he died. And in this video, you can see where there were a lot of officers and investigators at the hotel last night. And investigators are still looking for anyone who may have witnessed or heard the deadly shooting.
Detectives, as I said, are on scene working with both hotel staff and witnesses on scene to gather information. We also have crime scene search that's on scene processing the room and other additional locations in the hotel.
CMPD has not released any information about a possible suspect. Police are asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers. And Channel 9 is pushing for more information in the case, and we sent an alert as soon as we learned about the homicide investigation. You can get those breaking alerts by downloading our WSOC TV News app. This morning, officials will decide if they'll resume the search for 2 boaters who disappeared on Lake Norman Friday night. And last night, officials suspended the search. And we first told you about the recovery effort yesterday at noon. An official spent 12 hours searching for the men on the water and on the ground near McKendree Road in Mooresville. At about 8 yesterday morning, their overturned boat was found near Hager's Creek Landing in water that was about 20 feet deep. They were last heard from around 10 Friday night, and they were supposed to be back by midnight but never made it. Crews told us that they couldn't call divers in yesterday to help with the recovery effort.
The divers will go in if we have a target of interest. We don't have that yet.
Officials have not said what may have caused the boat to overturn or who those boaters are. Hailed a hero. A teen potentially saved her friend's life on Lake Wylie after their jet ski crashed last week. Our partners at the Herald report that after crashing into a retaining wall, one of the girls was knocked unconscious. The other girl, officials say, was able to pull her friend to shore while keeping her head above the water. And she is still in the hospital, though. Today, you can once again get a hepatitis A vaccination following last week's outbreak. And we've told you up to 4,000 people were potentially exposed. The county has vaccinated more than 1,500 people and plans to continue giving those vaccinations throughout this week. An employee at the Hardee's on Little Rock Road in West Charlotte was diagnosed on the 23rd with the highly contagious virus that can lead to liver disease. And now anyone who ate there between the 13th and the 23rd is being urged to get a vaccination. But it's only effective if the shot is given within 2 weeks of exposure. Now, from 10 this morning until 3 p.m., you can get vaccinated at the Hal Marshall Building uptown. You can also have until Saturday to get one at public health locations on Beatties Ford Road and on Billingsley Road, and the hours at each of those clinics vary. If you have questions about the Hep A outbreak in Charlotte, county officials have 2 hotlines, and you can also find more information on our website, WSOCTV.com. The uncle of a Mecklenburg County deputy under investigation for killing her husband, also a deputy, is opening up to only Channel 9. And he reached out to us after hearing what the deputy's late husband's sister told us Friday night.
He will not be forgotten. Somebody will have to give some kind of redress for what has occurred.
The family of Retaba Hawkins, James' wife, sat down only with Channel 9 and spoke to reporter Deshaun Brown, saying everyone is hurt by this situation.
Well, her uncle said there has been a lot of tension between both families, but says ultimately they both want the same thing, which is closure.
His family didn't just lose him, we lost him also. And, you know, that's what's just so sick about it.
Ronnie Robinson is sick over how he feels his niece is being portrayed. Back in January, Retaba Hawkins, a Mecklenburg County Sheriff's deputy, shot and killed her husband, James Hawkins, who was also a deputy with the department.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
This week, James Hawkins' sister told Channel 9 her brother was not the one who engaged in domestic violence. Channel 9 has reported the autopsy report for James Hawkins states during an argument at the couple's home in January, he threatened her with a knife. That's when Retaba got her gun and shot him.
She's not the animal that his sister is describing. A sister that didn't know him, a sister that hadn't seen him in years.
So far, Mrs. Hawkins has not been charged, but she hasn't been cleared either. Her family described a rocky relationship and says there's more information that may come to light.
We had to have two services. My family and friends chipped in so that there could be two services performed because the situation was so tense.
Robinson said both families need closure, especially his niece.
And watching what she's going through now, having, you know, people say things that aren't necessarily true. You know, that she's partying, she's having a good time. She's been in therapy.
And her uncle says Retaba Hawkins has an attorney and cannot comment on this case. The district attorney also declined to comment while the case is still under investigation. Reporting outside of the sheriff's office, Deshaun Brown, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Channel 9 has followed every development in this case. You can see our previous coverage, including our exclusive interview yesterday with James Hawkins' sister. It's on our website at WSOCTV.com. Happening tomorrow, this man will face a judge for the first time accused of shooting and killing a man. Deputies told Channel 9 that they arrested Michael Osborne for Monday night's shooting at this duplex on Grace Terrace Drive near Granite Falls. Deputies say that the victim went to two homes looking for help, but later died at the scene. It is not clear if Osborne knew the victim or what led to the shooting. And in Burke County tomorrow, this man will face a judge for the first time accused of beating a woman to death. Deputies arrested Josh Beard in Myrtle Beach last week after family members found Robin Teague's body on Father's Day, rather. As for the motive, investigators are still trying to figure out if Beard went to Teague's home to buy or steal furniture. At Channel 9, we'll follow both court appearances tomorrow. We'll bring you the latest developments both on the air and online. This morning, billions of dollars in tariffs are in place. Yesterday, Canada issued retaliatory tariffs after the Trump administration's imposed tariffs on Canada. Canada says that the new tariffs will tax some items 10 or 25%, like ketchup and lawnmowers. Canada said it had no choice but to impose the new tariffs. And President Trump frustrated Canada, Mexico, and the EU with tariffs last month on steel and aluminum. The White House launched an internal review after a comedian prank called President Trump while on Air Force One.
Sir, your call is connected. Hi, Bob. Hey, how are you?
John Melendez called the plane posing as New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez, that is. He taped the conversation about Trump's Supreme Court nominees and immigration.
I promise you, you will have my vote. I will help you if you don't go too conservative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, we will talk to you about it.
A White House official said the president wants to be accessible, but sometimes the channels are open too widely and mistakes happen. New this morning, the top EPA ethics official wants more investigations into the EPA's chief, Scott Pruitt. The ethics office wrote a letter recommending new inquiries involving Pruitt. The letter doesn't go into specifics of any of the investigations, but we've told you that Pruitt's leadership has been the subject of intense scrutiny over his spending and ethical judgment. And he's facing multiple inquiries from ethics watchdogs, federal auditors, and congressional committees. This week, the man accused of plowing into protesters in Charlottesville, Virginia, will face a federal judge for the first time. And last week, a federal grand jury indicted James Fields Jr. on 30 counts, including federal hate crimes. Last August, protesters rallied against the removal of a Confederate statue in Charlottesville, and counter-protesters showed up. And police say Fields drove a car through that group and killed a woman and injured others. Happening this afternoon, some of the Charlotte area's best athletes will compete in the Special Olympics USA Games. And Friday, we caught up with some of the coaches and athletes before they headed to Seattle. And they told us they are excited, especially Josh Myers. He's been selected to speak at the opening ceremonies, which will be nationally televised. He told us his message is simple. Listen.
Just do our best and have fun.
That's what it's all about. The group of 27 will represent York, Chester, and Lancaster counties. And the opening ceremonies begin at 3:30 this afternoon. You can watch them right here on Channel 9. Here's a live look from our Lake Norman camera. Really nice out there when you look at it, but it's going to feel hot again today. Meteorologist Jacqueline Shearer joins us now with an update on your forecast on July 1st.
Well, you know what? It is July, so you can expect the heat and the humidity out there for sure, but we're looking at a clear start to the month with the early warning Doppler 9 showing a clear image right now. But as we move into the afternoon, that could change, and we kind of want it to. Check out the numbers from June. 1.51 inches of rain during the month, well below our average, and believe it or not, our 8th driest month in 140 years. I'm taking a look at some new model data. I'll let you know if we could see a change in July coming up in just a few minutes.
A boat full of people explodes in the Bahamas.
We need to move this boat. Huh? We need to move this boat.
All new at 7:45, the desperate attempt to get others to safety and the questions unanswered this morning. Chilling new details about the man accused of killing 5 people inside a newspaper. New at 7:30, the lengths investigators say the suspect went to get revenge. And a boom of business along the Carolina border just days before the 4th of July.
The stuff that makes a lot of noise and a lot of lights, you know, stuff that really gets people excited.
New and next, the lengths some North Carolina residents are going to make sure their fireworks light up the sky.